certainly the most grave story that I've ever worked on personally.
Yes, the Twitter files, quote unquote, 19 releases of select internal Twitter documents provided to Taibi and other reporters and activists after the social media site was acquired by tech billionaire Elon Musk, remember him? Which made seemingly explosive claims about the politicized blocking of the Hunter Biden story, as well as allegations that Twitter shadow banned conservative accounts without cause. According to Musk and Taibi and his reporting colleagues and the Republican House majority, those files show Twitter colluding behind the scenes with feds.
Do you see how he says, according to? That's what they do in mainstream media.
NGOs and, yes, Democrats to silence critics. A new woke McCarthyism through digital censorship.
This is what they do in mainstream media. This is what they call journalism. I mean,
Democrats used to care about protecting First Amendment free speech rights too. Now it's like, okay, if you're attacking, and I said this on the House floor, I said, don't think they won't come for you. Oh, the big tech, big media, the cancel culture, they may come for Republicans and conservatives now, but the mob is never satisfied. They will keep coming.
But critics say the Twitter files don't come close to making that case, and that they also are a product of questionable journalistic ethics.
The Washington Post, the Atlantic, and the New York. These are the sources at MSNBC. These are the propaganda sources. And that's what he's using for this piece. To smear an actual journalist. This is what he's using, right? These people, they lie, they give out disinformation, misinformation. That's his sources. Makes sense.
To Taibi and others by a billionaire with access and a right-wing political agenda, and then rapidly weaponized by conservative media with little regard for the facts.
The Republicans have brought in 2 of Elon Musk's public scribes to release cherry-picked, out-of-context emails and screenshots designed.
And now he's playing a video of a Democrat smearing an independent journalist. That is what this mainstream media, Mr. Hassan, that's what he's doing. Amplifying Democrat propaganda that's going after independent journalists. That is what he's doing. MSNBC, Russiagate, NBC.
To promote his chosen narrative, Elon Musk's chosen narrative that is now being parroted by the Republicans because the
Is she allowed to vote? I don't think she is. Is she allowed to vote? I don't think she's allowed to vote. Why should we be listening to this lady? She's not even allowed to vote. Right? She's not even like a real politician.
think that these witnesses will tell a story that's going to help them out politically.
Twitter file story as big, as damning, as revealing as its proponents claim. That's what we are going to debate today. Because in some ways, Matt Taibbi has become the man of the moment, with nearly 2 million Twitter followers, tens of thousands of paid subscribers to his Substack blog, and Republican lawmakers hanging on his every...
They do the same trick all the time. They're jealous that nobody wants to watch their garbage. Their disinformation, misinformation, Russiagate, Trump garbage. So they use the success of a real journalist like Matt Taibbi as a diss. How does that make sense? The more views you get, that's like, makes you mad. Ooh, Matt Taibbi has a lot of viewers, and he's got a lot of followers, and he's making a lot of money. That must mean he's a bad guy. This is mainstream media. MSDNC. Ha.
The man who used to gleefully heap abuse on the outrage industrial complex on Fox now appears regularly on that very propaganda network he once so wonderfully lampooned. Oh, and
so he's gonna tell us that Fox is propaganda, but not MSNBC, right? MSNBC, that's good journalism, right? Fox News, propaganda. MSNBC, Russiagate, that's okay. Got it. Because Hassan is a real journalist. Joke.
You saw earlier of Taibi testifying in last month's Republican-led hearing on the weaponization of the federal government. He says that on that day, the IRS visited...
You see what he did there? Hearing. That's supposed to make it sound kind of, quote unquote, hearing. That's the manipulation you see in the mainstream media that I would never do on this channel on my million views about COVID. I have integrity. This is manipulation. It's propaganda. It's a hearing. You can just say normal hearing. You don't have to say hearing or hearing.
To tell him 2 years of tax returns had been rejected. We reached out to the IRS, but they say they can't comment on individual cases.
So the IRS is going after an independent journalist. This guy's a journalist. He doesn't care to really look into it. Claims he looked into it. Claims they said they don't know. And of course he's going to take their word for it. Right? He didn't say that, but I'm just going to say it like he said it. And I'm going to hope you're dumb enough not to catch what I'm doing. Ha!
Twitter, where else? To invite him on the show to debate the Twitter files and free speech and Elon Musk. Now, I've mocked him in the past for doing PR work for the world's richest man, and he's accused me of being an ardent...
He's doing PR work. What do you think you guys are doing? MSDNC. Huh.
Great line. But today, I hope we're going to avoid the name calling and keep it civil as I put my questions to him. Matt Taibi, a National Magazine award-winning journalist who runs the Racket News Substack and broke the so-called Twitter file story, joins me now. Matt, thanks so much for coming on the show. Why do you believe these Twitter files are so important, and what should our viewers know about what's in them that they don't know? Just briefly, your top lines.
You see the framing? You see how he frames it? You see how he frames that question?
Think about woke McCarthyism, so do you want to take that back?
He lied. That's what they do. Mainstream media, they lie. He lied. He's lying. MSNBC, that's what they do. They lie. They're lying. He lied.
Called woke McCarthyism, and Jim Jordan has also talked about that, and that was a line into Jim Jordan. But happy to say that you haven't described it as McCarthyism. You've described it, I think, as a digital censorship complex. Industrial...
I said digital McCarthyism, not woke McCarthyism.
Okay, digital McCarthyism. We can correct that, yes.
Okay, good. So you started off, as I expected, with the whole what happened to you, man routine. Well done. So, yeah, these are, I think the rest of the stories speak for themselves. I don't have to talk about how important or not they are. The audiences are interested in them because of what they show. That there was an organized, systematic...
Why are some New York...
and to full versions of moderation requests to companies like Twitter, but also to virtually every other social media platform. This is essentially an organized system of quasi-state censorship, and it's alarming. It's a lot more than what we thought was going to be there. And again, people are just looking at what we found. We don't have to make claims about it. They're upset about it because of what they're reading.
Well, not everyone's upset, and you do make claims, so let's talk about that today. And Matt, we're going
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to engage. He doesn't want to engage. Oh, let's move on to something else. Let's change the topic.
started with disagreements. Let's start with some agreement. Should the FBI be wasting so much time and taxpayers' money flagging so many tweets to Twitter? In my view, no. Does the FBI have far too cozy a relationship with social media companies? Yes, I agree.
Look at his hands. Look how he does his hands. That's how you know they're lying. Because he does his hands like this. They're liars. Mainstream media, they lie. They talk and they do their hands like this, and that's how you know they're lying. He's a liar. He's a Russiagate liar.
Of government censorship. I don't think so. Let's just take the very first example you cited in the very first thread, which went mad viral. You wrote, by 2020, requests from connected actors to delete tweets were routine. One executive would write to another, more to review from the Biden.
This is what they do. Smear. They can't challenge your argument, so then they look up every single tweet. You said this in 2000. In 1995, you tweeted that such and such, such and such. Explain yourself. You know, that's what they do. This is what the lying mainstream media, this is what they do. I'm not even going to watch the rest of this video. This is spit. It's garbage. This is not real media. This is not journalism. Unlike what I do. Well, I'm not a journalist. I'm just a comedian, you know? I'm just a pothead comedian who just happens to be right on everything. Unlike the mainstream media. Unlike liberal media. I just happen to be right about everything. Just like right-wing media is always right. I'm always right. Just like the Republicans are always right. Well, they're not really always right, but anyway. Thank you for watching. And until next time, don't watch mainstream media. They're biased. Unlike me, I know every single video to, oh, the Democrats suck, the Democrats suck. Which is kind of like mainstream media. Every video, Trump sucks, so the right wing sucks. But I can do what they do because I call myself a comedian. They're not a comedian. They're real news. They're supposed to be objective. They're not supposed to be like me who's doing a funny comedy show. Come on, guys. Come on. sound like Joe Biden. Come on, man. You ain't black. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that.